Trigon vs Dormammu, who would win? Two dark gods. Two dimensions of pure chaos. And only one can stand at the top of existence. When we talk about ultimate evil in comics, names like Trigon and Dormammu don't just appear, they dominate the entire conversation. These aren't just villains. These aren't just powerful beings. These are living embodiments of destruction, fear, madness, and cosmic-level power capable of collapsing entire universes just by existing. But the real question, the one fans keep asking, is actually simple. Who is stronger? Who is more powerful? And in a direct, no-limits clash, who actually wins? Let's break it down. Trigon is not just a conqueror, he is a destroyer of worlds across dimensions, timelines, and realities themselves. Born from the union of a human woman and a godlike mystical entity, Trigon didn't grow into power. He was power from the beginning. Over time, he evolved into something far beyond comprehension. He has wiped out entire civilizations, enslaved countless dimensions, and feeds directly on suffering, fear, and despair. He is also the demonic father of Raven, and that alone tells you the level of entity we're dealing with. Trigon doesn't just create life. He creates weapons. His abilities go far beyond physical destruction. He can manipulate reality, bend minds, corrupt souls, absorb spiritual essence, and regenerate from near-total annihilation. His presence alone is enough to overwhelm entire universes. And the most terrifying part? Even when defeated, Trigon never truly dies. He returns. Stronger. Angrier. More unstoppable. Every single time. But then, there's Dormammu. Dormammu is not just powerful, he is the absolute ruler of the dark dimension. A being composed entirely of mystical energy, his existence transcends physical form. He doesn't just wield power. He is power. As the eternal enemy of Doctor Strange, Dormammu has battled some of the most powerful sorcerers in Marvel history, and survived them all. Inside his own realm, Dormammu is essentially a god without limits. He controls time. He controls space. He controls reality itself. His power scales endlessly within the dark dimension, making him nearly unstoppable. He has consumed entire dimensions, battled cosmic entities, and expanded his domain with every victory. Dormammu doesn't just conquer. He consumes. Now here's the key difference, and this is where the fight truly changes. Both operate on a multiversal scale. Both have destroyed realities. But their power works differently. Trigon's power is internal. He carries it across dimensions, across realities, across planes of existence. His strength does not depend on location. He doesn't need a realm to be at full power. He is the power, everywhere. Dormammu, however, reaches his absolute peak inside the dark dimension. Outside of it, he's still incredibly dangerous, but slightly reduced compared to his true form. Inside his domain, he's nearly untouchable. So if this battle happens in the dark dimension, Dormammu gains a massive advantage. But in a neutral universe, where neither controls the environment, the fight becomes balanced. And that's where things start leaning toward Trigon. Now let's compare abilities. Trigon's magic is chaotic, ancient, and fueled by emotion. He can corrupt entire planets, manipulate fear and despair, and erase beings not just physically, but spiritually. His attacks target the soul itself. And more importantly, Trigon can exist across multiple forms and dimensions at once. Destroying one version of him doesn't end the fight. He spreads. He persists. Dormammu's power is different. It's cosmic. Controlled. Overwhelming in scale. He can unleash dimension-shattering energy blasts, warp reality on a universal level, and trap opponents in endless time loops. He can reshape entire battlefields instantly, especially within his realm. This is not just a fight. This is a collision of two different types of cosmic dominance. Now imagine the battle. Two gods of darkness face each other at the edge of collapsing reality. The moment they clash, universes begin to fall apart. Galaxies shatter. Space bends. Time fractures. The laws of physics stop existing. Trigon attacks the mind and soul, trying to corrupt Dormammu from within. Dormammu responds with overwhelming magical force, attempting to erase Trigon completely across all planes of existence. Both take damage. Both regenerate. Both escalate. And then, the turning point. The longer the fight continues, the more chaotic everything becomes. Destruction spreads. Suffering increases. Reality itself starts breaking apart. And that's exactly what fuels Trigon. Every moment of chaos makes him stronger. He doesn't just survive the destruction. He evolves inside it. Dormammu, on the other hand, thrives on control, especially within his own dimension. But as Trigon's corruption spreads, as chaos overtakes structure, Dormammu's control begins to weaken. And then comes the final phase. Dormammu attempts his strongest move, pulling Trigon into the dark dimension to overwhelm him with infinite magical power. It's his best chance at victory. But Trigon cannot be contained. His existence spans multiple planes. He is not tied to a single form, a single body, or a single reality. He spreads. He corrupts. He adapts. And as that corruption begins to infect even the dark dimension itself, Dormammu's greatest advantage begins to collapse. Because Dormammu controls his dimension. But Trigon corrupts everything. So now, let's answer the question. Who is stronger? Across all environments, Trigon. His power is constant, self-contained, and fueled by chaos itself. Who is more powerful at peak? Dormammu, inside the dark dimension. At his absolute maximum, his magical output can surpass even Trigon. But who would win? If the fight stays fully inside the dark dimension, Dormammu wins. But in a neutral battlefield, or in a prolonged fight where chaos spreads beyond control, Trigon wins. Final result. In the most balanced and realistic scenario. A neutral, unrestricted battlefield with no limits. Trigon defeats Dormammu after a brutal, multiverse-shattering war that pushes both beings to their absolute limits. Two gods of darkness enter. Only one leaves as the true ruler of chaos. Trigon stands supreme. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.